Hello y'all, this is Kaiserredux, a mod for Hearts of Iron 4 that acts as an unofficial standalone expansion for Kaiserreich. Kaiserreich itself is a mod set in a timeline where the Central Powers won World War I. On that note, this video is going to serve as part 1 of an A.O.G playthrough where we're going to make Kaiser Wilhelm II, the leader of the German Empire, into the Emperor of China. We have started, and let's go to our national overview, where we have 4 national spirits, and they are territorial concessions, industrial advancement, sustained cost, and colonial possession. And besides all that, the ruling ideology of the country is authoritarian democracy of the colonial government variety, and we are a puppet of the German Empire. Also, if you're wondering what the A.O.G stands for, it's an acronym for a word, for a series of words I cannot hope to pronounce, but roughly it means the Supervisory Board of the East Asian General Administration. I think that's what it means anyway. And besides all that, the leader of our country is Alexander von Wolkenhausen, and historically he was a German general, and he acted as an advisor for Chiang Kai-shek's China in real life. And later, when Japan kind of forced Germany to stop supporting China prior to World War II, he would be the leader of, he would be the administrator of occupied Belgium in Europe from 1940 to 1944, and I believe that is his story. So now, in the focus tree, we have no army, no starting army to speak of. Let's complete, say, the Deutsche Echt Army. Just get it done. Our army might be a small one, but it is a powerful one. What army? We don't even have an army. We have no divisions. Even though some may be unwilling to serve, we can convince the people of the concessions to fight for us through thick and thin. Thick and thin? I guess, okay, thick and thin. That will take 35 days. Research slot available. We have research slots here. Get basic machine tools as well as construction. Okay, we do have a division. We have divisions. They just had to load in. Never mind what I just said earlier. So we have 4 divisions here. I don't know why they don't just start with the divisions. Very interesting that they don't. So we have just take all of our unassigned divisions, put them in one big group, and they're very spread out among all of the cities the A.O.G controls, such as Wenzhou, as well as Xiamen and Guangzhou, and Shanjing as well. So that is something we do have to deal with. They're a little split up geographically, but it's fine. In a bunch of port cities, at least they're all at ports. They can just move around. And let's get MG08 researched here. Or no, I don't necessarily, actually no, let's get it done. Free civilian factory, we have just one, built some stuff in our capital of Shangtao. And now outdated equipment and production. Why do we have so many things being manufactured? We have no military factories. Free dockyards. Let's make convoys, maybe? Do we even have a navy? Let me check my navy. We have no navy. We do have an air force with 25 fighters. At least we have an army, so let me check. Who do we have for commanders? We have several commanders, actually. Quite a few generals. So let's get Cheng Weiko, or no, let's get Hermann Voitruch here. And who is his field marshal? Alexander von Wolkenhausen, who is using a different portrait than his leader portrait. Yet A.O.G leader portrait is not the same as his martial one. He looks more intimidating, honestly, with this one, frankly. And we have a Chinese warlord watching our capital pretty well. They're pretty close to our border, let's just say that. That's like China and the A.O.G, so this is like a background event, I suppose. Let me slow down, just pause to read this, and let's read this. So China and the A.O.G. The Fatherland's Chinese possessions they also lie under our jurisdiction, and as per the terms of the American-mediated Shanghai Conference of 1928, Germany's rights in China are equal to those of any other foreign power. The city of Shangtao has long served as the nexus of our operations there, at once a modern city, a thriving port, and the center of an extensive commercial web woven throughout the East. Not everything passing through Kochao Bay is fully legitimate, however. The Aufsichtsrat, this is that word I can't pronounce, but it means the Supervisory Board of the East Asian General Administration, or Supervisory Board of the East Asian General Administration, manages numerous ships, factories, and even informal concessions which violate the spirit, if not the letter, of the 1928 agreement, so are breaking the law. That's bad. The Nanjing warlord's son, Chunfeng, in a bid to ensure his autonomy from China's central government, accepted a series of exploitative arms deals in return for extensive economic concessions within the League of 8 provinces. Although unrecognized by Beijing, as well as the rest of the international community, the A.O.G spreads its influence throughout the League and even deeper into the country's interior. Ultimately, Berlin would like us to use China as a buffer of sorts against Japan. Every soldier spent there is one who cannot be deployed against us in Malaya and Indochina. To that end, China's government and the LEP must be supported, and the Japanese encroachment in China must be considered only one step away from Singapore. And so we're essentially playing as a buffer state meant to slow down Japan if it tries to take over German East Asia, like German Indochina over here, and German, I guess, Singapore, Malaya, German Malaya. So that is the A.O.G. Our influence in China grows. Oh, good. Okay, let me read this. Amidst a season of mixed news, it appears that we have managed to come across a stroke of good fortune. The completion and purchase of the Sung-Sigan Railway, a large-scale rail project inside the League of 8 provinces, has allowed us to spread our influence deeper into Chinese territory. While some responses to the A.O.G's actions have been less than pleasant, we can safely assume that this is a sign of good things to come. Good to hear. So all is going well for the A.O.G in China. And there's some Winter Olympics. Great. So everything's looking up for us. It seems outdated equipment and production. Why? Okay, just forget about that. Okay, we have 2 military factories. And why are we even making... Forget it. Just forget it. Just keep everything in the queue. Totalist charter, that's occurred. And we have no manpower. That is going to be a problem. Down the line, maybe. There's a new king of Great Britain now. The old one died. Oh well. And so, do we move our divisions at all, or do we just keep them where they are? I think I'm just going to keep them where they are for now. That seems like a good thing to do, unless I have any real reason to move them around. And our focus here, the German East Asian Army. The German Asian Army is going to be complete soon. And after this, what can we do? Pride of service or pay them more? I don't know. I gotta think about that. And we'll at least do fund military factories to get some military factories. The Great Berlin stock market crash has occurred. That's bad for us since we're connected to Germany quite a bit. And here we go. Black Monday hits the A.O.G. As the German economy collapses, it appears that we have weathered the Black Monday crisis no better than our German overlords, it would seem. With German businesses already facing pressure from local elements being hit particularly hard, the German Asian bank, the Deutsche Ostische Bank, once thought too big to fail, is teetering on the edge of collapse, and the trickle-back effects of this financial instability are already being felt by our own financial sector. Oh dear. And now industrial advancement will be replaced by collapsed economy. And there goes the economy, right through the floor. Let's now complete Falkhausen military plan, get that done for more division attack. I don't need those military factories right now. And let's go ahead and unlock Black Monday collapse. Focus has been bypassed. Unlock superior firepower for doctrine, electoral gridlock in France. That has occurred. So actually no Falkhausen military plan at this moment in time. Let's now do a different focuses. Major companies filing for bankruptcy. With the economy collapsing, major companies such as Krupp and Hapag-Lloyd have begun to go under. A bailout is one of the few things that could keep these companies from going bankrupt, but that is very costly, and our nation may not be able to afford it at the moment. Bail them out. And it's going to give us a national spirit called government bailout, which will expire in 90 days. So we got to keep the companies afloat. So that is why we made that decision there. So no national focus has been done. I guess we'll do the Falkhausen military plan regardless. Let me read this here. And it says, never mind, government bailout of major companies. Read this event. Oh boy, I have quite a few events to read, don't I? Well, at least 2. And seeing that the major companies are on the verge of collapse, Director von Falkhausen has approved a temporary bailout for major companies such as Krupp. Though Krupp has not completely recovered, the company has been saved from bankruptcy. Many within the government say that this bailout is not enough, but on our current budget, it is the best we can do. Let's hope it helps. and the burning of the head office. At 21:15 on the night of February 11th, 1936, a Guilin fire station received an alarm call that the head office, the assembly location of the Ostranda, the East China Directorium, was ablaze. A Chinese nationalist by the name of Li Hongrin was arrested at the scene of the blaze. 2 hours later, there was a warrant out for his arrest, and after 3 hours of enhanced interrogation, he confessed to the arson, and this is a nationalist outrage. And from that event, we lost 40 political power. And in the focus tree we're doing, Falkenhausen military plan once more. Actually, no, I need to actually do something else. Forget this. Okay, cancel it. Death of Pius the 11th. Complete the status quo. Get that done. That's been bypassed. And there's the League of 8 Provinces is breaking down. Oh no, Icelandic independence. Okay. Liquidate Krupp assets. Let me read this briefly. And we cannot simply afford a large bailout of Krupp at this moment. For the time being, we must liquidate their assets and put them temporarily in the hands of the East China Directorium. This has shaken trust within Krupp greatly, and some even fear that this could lead the Krupp filing for bankruptcy. I'm sorry we had to do this, but from this focus, we will get like 4 factories. So that's a nice thing, and the ideology of the popularity of paternal autocracy will rise. The Guangzhou crisis has. Oh, let me finish this. Actually, never mind. Let me do this later. Take what's ours. Yes, take what ours. Okay, get this done though. I need to fight some countries. Take what's ours. And the city of Guangzhou is rightfully ours. Oh my goodness gracious, gotta keep reading stuff. The A.O.G. stands watch. With the complete eradication of the Nanjing clique, the chapter of Germany's influence in China appears to have hit The chapter of Germany's influence in China appears to have hit a major wall. We are doing our best to absorb the displaced Nanjing administration in our concessions, but the reality of the loss of our main Chinese ally is hard to come to grips with. The A.O.G. stands vigilant, though, and the German East Asian administration keeps tabs on the breakaways that have appeared out of the League's absence. At least we still have Shengtao. And so now we're going to have to fight to retake those cities we lost, like Guangzhou and I guess Xiamen as well. We want those back. And anyway, let me read this. The city of Guangzhou is rightfully ours, and we will take it no matter the cost. The Lengdroin clique must be taken down, and we must restore our hegemony on southern China. And we'll declare war on this clique here very soon. So get all that done now. Move these divisions around. I guess move our entire military over to this part of China and prepare to fight against a foe. We're going to have some help from the German Empire, I think. German East Asia, at the very least. And the new head office. So let me read this. The former head office of the commissioner is now a smoldering rubble. The man who was responsible was dealt with, but it does not solve the question of where the German East Asia, the East China Directorium will hold their meetings. And let's rebuild the new head office where the former one stood. And we could go with the other option to move the capital, but I'm refusing to do that, so just rebuild the old one. We're keeping our administrative center in Shengtao, okay, whatever. Move this army force down here. We have all of our divisions going down to this part of China, getting ready to fight this particular clique in order to take back a city they took from us, and we'll rely on help from German East Asia probably. And they have one single militia unit here to help us, but it's fine. So get this done soon. A few more days, come on, move along, please. 1 more week or something, and after that we'll secure our grip and then try to take over all of China eventually, in the name of Kaiser Wilhelm II of the German Empire, and we shall make him the emperor of this powerful country. Well, China, once it's unified, will be a very powerful country. And now, take what ours, it's done. We have declared war, begin the offensive. We have no manpower. It's fine though. Let's complete securing our grip, and we'll use our power to secure control over southern China and go forward now. Advance. Actually, no, I need to call my allies. Call my allies to help me. Call on the German Empire. Can I do that? Call to arms, Germany. I need the entire Reichspakt backing me here. Call to arms, help us. You're just fighting a Chinese warlord. I mean, in comparison, in terms of army size, it should be no problem for the superpower of this world, one would think. So we've taken one province, and we may lose our docks. That could have been a mistake. Okay, use force attack. Can I move at all? Yes. So take back. Okay, good. Take the rest of this area here. Keep advancing forward. We gotta go capture this dock area down here in Choingya. I can't pronounce that. Choingya. And we have no air wings doing anything. It's whatever though. And they're in Hanoi at this moment in time, so have them operate and do some stuff there. Air superiority. We're getting securing our grip done, and once that's complete, we'll use our power to secure control over southern China. So we're pushing hard against the enemy, and right now it looks like we will have help from our allies, although German East Asia is they're now just materializing their forces on the border in Indochina with the Loingriang Clique. I cannot pronounce that. I'm sorry. But anyway, we are doing quite well in this war, and we are pushing forward with the aid of our allies in some places. And with that said, I'm going to end what is part 1 of my A.O.G playthrough in Kaiserredux here. If you enjoyed the mod, you can check it out in the video description. The link to it is there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe.